Listen, all pressure on deck, foot on neck in 2025. All pressure applying in 2025. Feet on the neck area of the throat.
Focus, 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 focus. Fuck it all, just focus.
Hey Rych Babes, I'm Bella Dior and this is a Rich Girls Glow Up. If you live in the DMV area, I'm pretty sure you are snowed in. It is so pretty outside. So my Rych Babes, it is now 2025 and this is our year to apply pressure. If you've been waiting for a sign to get serious about your glow up, this is it. Today we're going to talk about discipline, what it is, why it's essential, and how it can help you evolve into becoming the woman you've always envisioned. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about consistency. It's about showing up for yourself even when you don't feel like it. And let me tell you, when you master discipline, every area of your life will elevate. Let's dive right into how you can harness this and make this your most transformative year yet.
Whenever you're disciplined, they're going to see like, oh, she doesn't play about herself, so I can't play about her. She don't play about herself. I can't approach her like this. I can't do this, and that. I got to step up my game. I got to really work on myself. I really got to make some shit shake if I even want the time of day from her. You get what I'm saying? You want to be the disciplined girl. You don't want to be the girl that's just going for anything. The girl that's just, like that's just super passive in life, that is not committed to any goals, that's not committed to becoming the best version of herself, that's not committed to making her life more beautiful and improving the lives of others through whatever value she adds to the world. Like, that is what you need to be focused on. That is what discipline contributes to. Being devoted to your goals makes you stand out. Anybody that's excelling in something, they have to be disciplined in that area in order to excel in that area. They have to be relentless in the pursuit of their goals in order to attain what they desire. It doesn't come easy. Good things don't come that easy. Good things take work. Good things take discipline. Good things take consistency. And good things take time.
One thing I'm starting to understand, y'all, is that if you base your actions towards your goals on if you feel good that day or whether you feel like it or just how you feel in general, you're not going to get much done. In order to strengthen your mind and your spirit, you got to do stuff when you're scared. You got to do it when you're anxious. You got to do it when you don't feel confident. You got to pretend to be confident. You can't let how you feel determine your day or let how you feel run your life. Now, I know that you don't get to choose how you feel in every given moment. Nobody chooses to feel anxious, but you can choose how you can solve it. Your feelings are a teacher. They should be your teacher. You can learn so much from your emotions through experiences, but they're not a leader. Your emotions don't rule you. Don't allow your feelings to keep you in one place. Sometimes you really got to say to yourself, well, I don't really care how you feel right now. We're going to do this anyway. It's like me saying to myself, Kirsten, I don't care if you don't want to get in the shower right now. You're going to get in anyway because you stink. And at the end, it's going to be beneficial anyways. I'm going to be glad that I took that shower because I'm going to feel better knowing that I took care of myself. Sometimes you get these feelings and these emotions as a test to see what you're going to choose to do. Sometimes you may not feel like doing something at the moment, but you start doing it, then you start getting into the flow of it. Like that motivation, like most of the time kicks in like 30% of the way. Procrastination is a monster that lives inside of all of us. We all struggle with it. We all deal with it, but you got to find a way to stop getting in your own way. Most of the times it's not the events that's happening around you, your environment, the people that's getting in your way. It's you. It's you and your inability to solve problems. You always focus on the issues at hand, but you're not coming up with any solutions. Once you take control over your life and take accountabilities for the things that you can and you can't control, you become a problem solver. And once you understand your emotions, you can use them as a tool to create, just how artists tell stories through their art. People get their heart broken and make songs about it. And yes, of course, take breaks. Don't burn yourself out. But every day is not a chill and relaxed day when you on a mission. Love you. Bye.
Yes, I love that. Discipline is a form of self-love. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's not about motivation because, let's be real, motivation definitely fades. Discipline is about committing to your goals and showing up even on the days that are super, super hard. How does discipline help your glow up? It really does build confidence. Every time you follow through on the promise to yourself, you prove that you are capable. It creates momentum. Small, consistent actions add up over time, bringing you closer to your goals. It reduces the stress. A disciplined lifestyle means you're more organized, focused, and in control. And also, it makes you unstoppable. Once you master discipline, nothing can hold you back because you've learned to push through resistance.
You have to work really hard, a lot of sleepless nights. Do not quit, but also try to take breaks. Yeah. And I gotta give myself that advice. You gotta take breaks just to check in with yourself.
Harsh truth, but you need to hear it. And this is coming from someone who lacked discipline and self-trust like a year ago. The only reason why you're not disciplined, right? It's not that you're not capable of discipline. It's not that you're lazy. It's not that you're not productive. It's the fact that you don't trust yourself, because discipline comes with self-trust. And if you do not trust yourself on a subconscious level, you're never going to be able to form discipline. Because think about it. In order to gain discipline is doing the things that you don't want to do and still doing them. Whether it's going to the gym, whether it's, I don't know, I can only think of going to the gym, or eating healthy or something. It's doing things that you do not want to do, but you're doing it because you've built a habit with yourself. You've built routine within yourself. This is something that's going to help you. It's going to better you. It's for your own betterment. So you choose to do it. It's a choice to do the things you don't want to do, even though you need to do them. And so if you're someone who has constantly been like, yeah, I'm going to eat better, or I'm going to start going to the gym this week, or I'm going to start getting up earlier, or I'm going to start journaling, I'm going to start meditating, and then you don't follow through with yourself, you're subconsciously telling yourself that if you say that you're going to do something, you're not going to follow through, which means you don't have self-trust with yourself, which means it's going to be harder for you to form discipline because you don't even trust yourself enough to gain discipline in the first place. And it's not hard to break out of. You just have to build small habits and follow through with them. How I did this for myself was, I said, like in March, I gave myself 3 habits to do every single day. It was, and mind you, I do these things every single day already sometimes. Like, my habits were taking my birth control every day when my alarm went off, washing my face in the morning and at night, and brushing my teeth before, like when I went to bed and when I woke up. And it wasn't the fact that I wasn't doing them every day. It was the fact that I wasn't doing them when I wanted to do them. Like, I would wake up and then do other things before brushing my teeth. Or I would wake up and, do something else before, like, washing my face. I would wake up and scroll before doing that. No. I said, I'm going to wake up. As soon as I get out of bed, I'm going to brush my teeth, wash my face, do whatever I need to do. When my alarm goes off for birth control, it wasn't that I wasn't taking my birth control. It was that I was snoozing the alarm when it went off to take the birth control. So instead of snoozing the alarm, I'm just going to take the birth control when my alarm goes off. And by me doing that, by me waking up, getting out of bed when my alarm went off, and going straight to the bathroom to do the things that I said I would do, it built trust in myself to continue to keep adding on more extensive habits to my routine. Like, you're not just going to force yourself to do shit that you don't want to do immediately. You have to start small in order to see big results. Like, it's going to take time, and that's okay. All we got is time, really. You literally just have to start with the smaller things. And now that I do that, I literally, whenever I get up out of bed, I go and brush my teeth. I wash my face. It's an unconscious habit now because I followed through with myself in the hard times when I didn't want to do it. When my alarm went off, when I was doing something busy and my alarm went off to take birth control, I'm like, fuck. I had to do it. I went and did it because I wrote it down. Writing down your habits and writing down your goals, writing down things that you say you want to do, and actually it allows you to follow through with them because you wrote them down. I don't know what the science is behind it. Whenever I write something down, I always feel like I have an obligation to complete it. So start small. It's literally still the beginning of the month. Not really. We kind of 2 weeks in, but who cares? Start small. For this month of July, write out 2 things that you're going to do every single day consistently, and follow through with yourself and do them. And then the next month, add on 3 more habits on top of those 3 habits that you did for the previous month. That's how you build good habits. That's how you build discipline. Okay? You can do it. It's easy. I did it. And I used to be the most undisciplined person in the entire world. I swear on everything. Now I'm very disciplined. I have a strict schedule. I get up, I go to the gym, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, I do that. Why? Because that's is a part of, I could make a whole big ass video as to why habits and your identity need to coexist in one, and they need to all shift at the same time in order to get the life you want to live. But that life you want to live is on the opposite side of discipline. And simple.
Faith without works is dead for 2025. You cannot afford to have the same mindset, the same habits, the same discipline. Every single year you ask God for more opportunity, more abundance, more money. But at some point, your discipline has to kick in too. You have to be real with yourself. The reason you didn't meet your savings goal this year is because you kept on buying food out, it's because you kept on buying clothes, because you kept on going out. The money for your savings was there, but you withered it away. You can't ask God for something God is giving you. You need to ask God for more discipline, for you to manage what you already have. You're asking God for more money, but you go to Starbucks every single day. You ask God for better opportunities, but you stay in the bed until it's literally time for you to go to work. You don't get up early. You don't go to the gym. You go to sleep late, and then you stay in the bed until literally the last minute. You have to become the person who is worthy to receive that opportunity. You want a healthy relationship, but you're not working on your abandonment wounds. You are running from yourself. You don't want to go to therapy. You don't want to face yourself. At some point, it's not about what God is not giving us, because God is giving us everything. He has given us so much abundance. It's about how we handle it, what we do with it. God has graced you with so much. Your blessings will only increase the more disciplined you become. Your opportunities, your money, your body is going to look so good. It is you that is keeping yourself from your promised land, the version of yourself that you see in your head.
You get up. You don't want to go run, you go run. You don't want to go swim, you go swim. You don't want to make your bed, you make your bed. You don't want to clean your house, you clean your house. You don't want to study, you fucking study. That's how you start to callous your mind. If you say you're going to wake up at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning to go run, wake up at 4 o'clock it's going to suck. It's not going to be fun. Do something that sucks every single day of your life. That's how you grow.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but the way I see it is you've got two choices: the pain of discipline or the pain of disappointment. And the sad reality is that most of you will choose the pain of disappointment. Why? Because as humans, we are conditioned, hardwired to return to the familiar of our comfort zones, regardless of how uncomfortable that may feel. Babe, I challenge you to change that narrative, to take your power back, to choose yourself and choose the pain of discipline, because I guarantee you will not regret it.
As a woman, in order to become a better version of yourself, you honestly need to separate your emotions and discipline. I feel like a lot of the times, I saw this TikTok somewhere, some people, or majority of people, actually center their life around emotions. So however they're feeling depends on what they do. For example, like, let's say if they're upset or they're not feeling good, they will stop all the different tasks that they're supposed to have that day. And that's very, very dangerous when you're trying to adopt discipline. Discipline should be regardless of how you're feeling. Of course, there's times in your life when, you might be extremely depressed, but if you've probably just had an argument with someone who had a bad day, that should not stop you from going to the gym. That shouldn't stop you from doing the reading or just doing those daily tasks to help you. Whether those little habits that you are trying to acquire should not suffer when you are not feeling that good within yourself. And a lot of the times this is harder for us women because, we have so many, our hormones are crazy. So there's a lot of the times we're not feeling ourselves. But if you're trying to become that better person or do better for yourself, you need to navigate your emotions in a way that, regardless of how you're feeling, regardless of how that day looks, you still need to commit to the task that you set yourself out to do. Because for a lot of the times, men, regardless of what a man's going through, any wahala that they've gone through, they're still going to make that gym session and they're still going to make money ultimately, because that's what they all say. As a woman, you need to regulate your emotions in the sense that regardless of basically what you're going through, you still need to get up and make it happen. Coming from myself, I'm someone, you see when I'm upset, I'm not doing anything. Like, when I'm upset, I am not doing anything. In fact, when I'm upset, I'm even happy to be like, yeah, well, I'm upset, so why would I do something? But I feel like that has caused me so many problems in the long run and has delayed a lot of my progress because I have fixated my discipline, or I've fixated certain tasks and said, no, I'm only going to do this when I'm happy or I'm feeling good. That's really, really dangerous, because in life, you're not always going to be feeling 100. And if you require yourself to always be 100, to commit to yourself, to always be 100, to do better, it's going to really not jeopardize, but it's going to really hinder your development. So when you're trying to become her and do good thing for yourself, please try to regulate your emotions, meaning regardless of how I'm feeling that day, I am going to get up and make it happen. Because you see, the reality is no one's going to do it for you. You are saying that you want to be going to the gym 3 times a week, but because you're a little upset, or your ting or whatever he is to you at that time has made you feel upset, so you're going to be like, I'm not going to go to the gym or do whatever. You're doing yourself. You're actually doing yourself. We need to, as a community of girls, just women, lovely leading ladies, we need to regulate ourselves in the sense that, like, we do not operate on our emotions. We operate on what's the right for us to do for ourselves. Does that make sense? But yeah.
So I really want to chat real quick about 3 things that you really need to master when you're doing anything in life. So the first one is going to be commitment. A lot of times we talk about the things that we want to do in life, but you're not really committed to the journey. Things don't happen overnight. It takes time. And most of the time, the things that separates the people who are successful and the people who are not successful, especially as it pertains to creating content, is a commitment. Nothing happens overnight. It takes time, and it takes a different amount of time for each person. So you have to be committed to the journey for it to even work, or for you to even see any results, or deem it, you can't do it or whatever. Got to be committed to the journey. Number 2, which is actually my favorite, is discipline. I think you cannot rely on motivation. Personally, I decided to enter in this journey January, and most of the time I don't feel motivated. I don't feel like it. I wake up and I don't want to go to the gym, or I don't want to do certain things, but I am disciplined. So I know that if I don't do A, B, and C, these are what the results look like for me not showing up for myself. For me not being disciplined, my back is going to be big forever. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be disciplined. Do not rely on motivation. You will not always be motivated to get up and do whatever you need to do. And it's not just about working out, but when you're becoming that girl, when you want to do your business, and when you want to invest in yourself, you have to be disciplined. Do not rely on motivation. And the third one is going to be obedience. Now, in this commitment to this journey where you are so disciplined, you got to be obedient to the fact that everybody can't come with you. You have to be okay with ending some bonds and some friendships, because you very well may be connected to homegirl right now, but homegirl can say she's happy with where she is, and y'all been friends for 15 years. And maybe where y'all are right now are the local bars, and the way she carries herself is very different from what you aspire to be. Now, don't get me wrong. If we locked in, it's hard for me to switch up. You know what I'm saying? But where the issue comes is the conflict in that, when it's no acceptance in who you're trying to be, and you find it's always conflict now because you're not accepting where I'm trying to go. So you got to be obedient to the fact that everybody can't come with you. Even those friends you have for a long time does not mean it's meant to be for a lifetime.
Child, last night I was doom scrolling on the internet until approximately 2 a.m. I'm not proud to admit this, but here's what I am currently working through in my life. For me, I feel like routine in this season of my life is so important, especially as I have autonomy over my time. And listen, where I end up in life is all dependent on how I'm managing my time. And the thing is, I know we talk a lot about morning routines, and morning routines are important, but you want to know what's really important? A night routine. I have a night routine. I just need to do a better job at honoring it, because when I don't honor my night routine, I stay up too late, my brain is overstimulated, my night goes out sad, and the next thing you know, it's the next morning and I'm struggling to wake up, and then my day is getting started later, and then it's like I already feel behind the 8 ball before the day even begins, and this is not sustainable.
So the big question, how do you become more disciplined? Becoming disciplined doesn't happen overnight. It is a process. But here's how you can start. So set clear goals. You can't discipline if you don't know what you're working towards. Write down specific, measurable goals for 2025. Create a routine. Structure your day around habits that align with your goals. For example, a morning routine can set the tone for success. Start small. Focus on one habit at a time. Trying to overhaul your entire life at once will only lead to a burnout. Remove temptations. Eliminate distractions that make it harder to stay disciplined. Whether it's scrolling on social media or procrastinating, hold yourself accountable. Track your progress and reward yourself for staying consistent. Remember your why. When it gets tough, remind yourself why you started. Visualize the woman that you're becoming and let that vision drive you.
If you have a hard time with discipline, keeping promises to yourself, and doing what you say you're going to do, I have a challenge for you. And it's actually really simple. Choose one thing that you're going to do every single day for the next 2 weeks. But make it something simple you know you can keep up with. For me, it was as soon as I woke up, making the bed. Pro tip, if you can habit stack it on top of a habit that you do every single day regardless, even better. So for example, you get out of bed every morning and maybe you put your slides on, maybe you put your slippers on, right? That's a habit you do every day. Now in your brain, stack it with your new habit. So maybe that's making the bed. Now you have 2 habits combined into 1 habit. This is from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you haven't read it, definitely do. Once you get good at that and once you're doing that consistently, add another habit, so on and so forth. But you have to start small when it comes to creating discipline.
Does anyone else struggle with discipline? I do. So I want to tell y'all some of the hacks that really helped me with getting my life together. For those who are new here, I've been doing a challenge to get my life together in 90 days. And I feel that these things that I'm about to tell you definitely helped me to stay on top of my game. So the first thing I wanted to show you was the habit tracker that I downloaded because some of you were asking. I used this one because it was free. That's it. But I do like it a lot. They have timers and everything. Also alarms that you can set within the app. So this is it. Download this one. Number 1, if you have trouble getting up in the morning, which is something that I struggle with, I have learned to, first of all, put my alarm clock somewhere that's not so close within reach where I could just hit snooze. Number 2, with the alarm, I changed it to my ringtone because now I think a phone call is coming in. So for some reason, my brain creates a sense of urgency to getting up. Number 2, if you are someone who's studying for an exam or anything like that, that's what I'm doing. Do the work outside the house. Go somewhere else. I've been going to the library by my house, but then I've also been going to coffee shops, and it's just something so aesthetically pleasing about going to a coffee shop. I don't know what it is. And last but not least, create a reward system. If you get the minimum done, what are you going to treat yourself to? And if you want, you can make like a little jar of things you like to do. So you can just go in the jar and pick something. But I definitely feel that that helps. With my reward system, I also have a punishment system, which I feel like people don't talk about that often. If I don't hit my minimum goals, then I have to take something away. So for me, I can't go out to eat. So let me know some of the things you do to stay disciplined. Also, let me know how is your challenge going if you join me in this challenge. And we're going to talk about it on live very soon.
Here's a fact that'll keep you holding on tightly to your discipline. Did you know that discipline is a form of self-care? It's a way in which you communicate to yourself that you matter. Your goals matter. Your words matter. What you want matters. Anytime you're about to forsake your discipline, what you're communicating to yourself essentially is that you don't matter. In that moment when your discipline is about to slip, I want you to remember this truth. Forsaking your discipline is a form of self-neglect. Sit with that for a bit. Ta-ta.
Everyone always wants to know, how do I stay disciplined? What is the secret to building discipline? How do you have a disciplined mind? And it's so simple. It's getting so comfy with discomfort. That's it. When you wake up in the morning and you know you have to go to the gym and all you can think about is how much you want to stay in bed, you need to be so addicted to the idea of constantly choosing the path of adversity and discomfort that you get up and you do it anyway. Because your brain needs to be trained to be disciplined. It naturally seeks out comfort. So if you've been invited to an event or you have to give a speech to a room of people and you really don't want to do it and you don't think you're going to do well, you do it anyway. Because with every experience, your brain is slowly starting to be trained to become more and more disciplined and have a higher tolerance for the things you never used to be able to do. Stop sitting around thinking about strategies on how to become disciplined and just challenge yourself to do one thing this week that makes you feel deeply uncomfortable.
This is how you can have more self-discipline. Know your weaknesses and distractions and establish how you can minimize them. Constantly remind yourself why you're doing this. This encourages long-term thinking and the desirability of pursuing an action. Remember that you're not always going to be motivated, but you can learn to be disciplined.
Okay, if you struggle with discipline, listen to what I'm about to read to you because it's gonna freaking blow your mind. Discipline is remembering what you want the most, not what you want right now. I had a very hard time tying discipline into that lifestyle because I always saw discipline as this very negative thing, but it's not.
To add to this, discipline is hard to follow when it is hard for you to regulate yourself. Because when you're dysregulated, you're always going to go for the instant gratification that you can reach for. Oftentimes, you're not going to remember what it is that you truly want, what it is that you want the most, when you're just thinking about right now how badly you need or want something that is going to come to you quicker than that thing that you're ultimately working for in the long game. So a lot of times, in order to help cultivate that discipline for you to do the thing that you actually want to do, to get the thing that you actually want and not the thing that you want to get right now, you have to regulate yourself to bring yourself back to a position where you can say, yes, I can hold off on wanting this one thing right now and focus on the thing I actually want to put my energy in. It takes a while to find your thing, but it is possible to do it.
Your lack of discipline comes from nothing more than your lack of self-respect and self-love. Discipline is the biggest form of self-love. So many people ask me how they can get more disciplined, and here's the truth. Discipline is the ability to prioritize the needs of your future self over the ego of your current self. Saying no to something that brings you comfort and embracing discomfort so your future self can thrive. Your teacher, parent, or coach asks you to do something, all of a sudden it's really easy to get it done. And the reason why is because you respect them and you want to show up for them. Obviously not always, but you get the point. Every time you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, you're just disrespecting yourself. And every single time it happens, you lose trust with yourself. If someone is constantly asking you to do something and you don't do it, they're just going to lose trust in you. So the same thing happens with your future self. Don't let your future self down. I want you to close your eyes and literally imagine that future version of you. So every time you say you're gonna get up early, start the new hobby, leave the boy, and you don't do it, there's a future version of you that you're letting down. Don't waste your potential in the comfort of your ego. Every time you show up and do the thing you said you were gonna do, that future version of you is so proud. And you'll literally feel it because that future version already exists within you. So you'll either die with that future version of you inside of you, or you'll die with it outside of you. I don't know about you, but I definitely want to be able to meet that version of me. I forgot to wash my hair. Anyways.
The discipline that you're avoiding is the exact thing that's going to change your life. I'm going to say that one more time. The discipline you're avoiding is the exact thing that's going to change your life. Now, me and discipline, we've had a thing. We've had an awkward relationship my whole life. But that's only because I didn't understand that discipline's going to be the thing that lasts. It's not motivation. It's not inspiration. It doesn't matter how motivated you're going to be today to do something. You're not going to have the same motivation tomorrow. Damn sure not going to have it a month from now. You're going to have those moments where you don't feel like doing what you know you need to do. But that's when the discipline kicks in and makes you get up and do it regardless, because that's when you're going to be successful. You're not successful when you do stuff when you're feeling all good. You're successful when you don't feel like doing it and you get up and do it anyway. Doing it at the level that you know you need to do it regardless of how you feel about it, that's what's going to determine your success in life. That's what's going to determine how far you get in life, because it was in the moments when I didn't feel like I could give no more. And as soon as I took one extra step, as soon as I ran one extra mile, as soon as I put in one more job application, filmed one more video, it was every single time that happened that everything changed for me. And I know it's going to be the same for you.
Now, here's the key to discipline. Start with the little disciplines, get excited over the little disciplines, and get right on those, because those will lead to the big ones. You can't handle the big challenges in life unless you take on the little ones. Make a list of all the things you can do. Get right on those. Discipline yourself for those, both for the results and for the muscle and for the practice. So that when life hands you some big challenges, you'll be ready, you'll have the muscle. But see, if you don't handle the small ones, you can't take care of the big ones.
Don't ever get it twisted. Like, all the people that you see living amazing, lavish lives and it seems like they do nothing all day, they're working hard. From the girls that went to medical school, law school, down to the influencers that are being flown in private jets, all of them are working really hard. Do not get it twisted. No matter what you want to do in this life, you're going to have to work hard regardless. Nobody that has done absolutely nothing is anyone right now. So you better work hard. Okay? Work hard.
I read somewhere that excuses make today easier, but tomorrow harder. And discipline makes today harder, but tomorrow easier. Do with that what you will.
So my lovelies, how we're going to be applying pressure in all the areas of our life in 2025. Discipline isn't just about working out or, fitness and stuff like that. It's about showing up in every area of your life. In your health, stick to a workout routine, eat foods that nourish your body, and prioritize your rest. In your finances, budget, save, and invest with intention. Discipline here means building wealth and creating security. In your relationships, set boundaries, communicate openly, and only invest in your time and people who add value to your life. In your mindset, practice self-love, challenge limiting beliefs, and stay focused on growth. Applying pressure means being intentional. It means deciding that your goals, dreams, and your future self are worth the effort. Rych Babes, so if you are ready to take this year seriously, my Becoming Her ebook bundle is your ultimate guide. It's packed with the tools to help you build confidence, stay disciplined, and transform your self-concept. For just $10, it's the investment that you need to kickstart your glow-up journey in 2025. Rych Babes, 2025 is the year we stop making excuses and start applying pressure. Discipline is your superpower. It's how you turn dreams into reality and step into the vision and the version of you that you've always wanted to be. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about showing up for yourself every single day. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments what's one area of your life where you're ready to apply pressure this year. Until next time, Rych Babes, stay rich. Love you.